Yeah. One up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest.
Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Vick. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Matt Judon able to record his 5th sack of the season. 3rd and long for Vick. Being chased out left. And he's going to go down again. Jalen Ferguson, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
57. Mike 57. Here we go. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Here we go.
Here's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. Eluding the pressure right. He's got Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Running right, Portis. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 23.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down.
Check, 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 check.
They'll run on third down with Portis. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a third and about 3 to go. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on third down.
59 mark, 59 mark, check, check, 59. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Yeah.
Jackson now. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Stop your body. 25, check 25, check 25. Check safety, check safety. Switch.
They'll run here with Ingram. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
I can't help it. Every time I see Eric Berry make a play, as we just saw him make a tackle there, I just want to stand up and applaud.
Because he went to Tennessee like you?
Well, that doesn't hurt one bit, but how about the comeback? I mean, he came back from beating cancer and getting back to Pro Bowl level, one of the best players in the game.
Now a carry for Portis. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now Joe Mixon. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing, Vick. Forced out to his left. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Mixon running right. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
To throw, Vick, buying time to his left. And Eifert has it. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Mike 40, check, he's coming. Hey, watch the slant. Mike 40, watch the pass.
Working out of the gun, Michael Vick steps away to his left. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spend too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. An agile move, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25. The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches.
Hey, Alpha. 40's the mic. Hey, watch the slant.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up of 3. And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He may try and run for this. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
He's checking these new draw Porkers.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
brings up second and goal. At the 6-yard line.
Get it. Another try for Mixon. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Hey. 40's Mike. 40's Mike.
They run. Anderson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal.
A 2-yard gain. It's now 4th down.
On 4th down, Costello being chased out left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Turn up.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's Portis. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Mike 54. Mike 54. All right. Here we go. Let's go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. And they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A quick throw now complete to Ross. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Mixon with it. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Back to Mixon on 1st down. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers, he's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Bravo.
2nd and 6. Got his man. It's Eifert. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They'll give it to Mixon. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, echo.
2nd and 5. big tight end Eifert, and it's a Bengal touchdown. Tyler Eifert in the final seconds of the first half, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Gostkowski with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot downfield. No. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game will just start all over.
So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He's going to air one out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. He had 3 of those sacks last week en route to being the AFC Defensive Player of the Week 1 right there. How do you block him now?
That's the question you think that they'd be able to answer. After having 3 the week before, you would make all the necessary adjustments in practice, but he's such an imposing force, he knows how to get to the quarterback anyway.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Forced out to his left. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
A run with Portis. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
54. I'm coming. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Let's go. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Here we go.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson, he's going deep for Brown. This is caught inside the 15. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. So with the pass being completed, they'll go ahead and take that instead.
Nothing extra to be gained. Pass interference at the spot, completed the pass. That was your play. So he might as well have not even had the penalty.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal. Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw. Costello. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Hatchet. Back. Check. Minus 57's right. I can't believe they let you play.
They'll run it here with Bortles. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Justin Tucker on for the field goal.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Ready, break.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, exit. Deep grip.
Looking to throw. Costello. And some room to work. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. Throwing on first down. Costello. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Well, some credit there to A.J. Green because he's so tough to cover. Sometimes he causes those penalties.
And he's one of the more difficult guys to cover in the NFL because of his ability to do just about anything on a route. Hard to do. Creates a lot of pass interference calls.
On first and 10, Costello. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. It'll be a gain of 4, and it's a second down. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Break. Hey, team 6. Team 6. Check 48.
Back to throw. Costello.
Here we go.
Now he's forced out left, and he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Jalen Ferguson in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. He's going to go for a big play downfield, and that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go. 10 Lobo. Hey, high 7. 48 for Mike. Mike 48. Mike 48. Snap.
On first down, Costello buying time to his left. And I think the ball's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Looking to throw on second down. Costello. Open man is Ross, complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Brings up third down.
Protein spill. Hey, Charlie.
Throwing on third and long. Costello. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Looking to throw. Costello. And he's got his big tight end, Eifert, and it's a Bengal touchdown. Tyler Eifert with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. So he's hit pay dirt twice, but still they're facing that deficit here in the second half.
So they're going to see if they can continue to find ways to get him the football because obviously something is working for him to find the end zone twice. In any event, however this turns out, he's going to be hard to deal with in the film room, isn't he? He's going to want to know why he's not getting more passes thrown to him.
Those big tight ends are getting greedy. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
On the toss, this is Clinton Portis. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
Now it's Jackson. Got him in. It's Brown. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Jackson now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Credit the sack to Malik Jefferson.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Jackson throwing on target to Brown. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their time. That'll leave him with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. They hand it off to Portis. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 19. From the gun, Jackson. Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Here's Ryan Allen now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
218, chopper. Hey, Delta.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Matt Judon in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Yes, yes. Check, check. 40's Mike. 40's a Mike. 40's a Mike.
On 4th down, Costello. Got a man open, it's Ross. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Here's Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. On the give, here's Portis. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
A solid run of 11 there as he tucked in and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Ferguson in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
60 Pittsburgh.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
Yeah, but it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home. and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for the Ravens, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will